I mean, this is one of the things I discovered when I went through that new atheist phase, was that really everybody kind of agrees that there was a guy called Jesus from Nazareth and that he was a real historical person. I guess the part in dispute was whether things like his resurrection actually happened, or whether he was just a spiritual leader back then, like we have spiritual leaders today. And I think one of the things that I got really stuck on when I was reading about Jesus in the Bible was there appears to be quite a significant gap between his life, his death, and then the writings that go into the Bible. And for me, in my head, I was like, well, if something happened in my life 50 years ago, I mean, I'm only 33, but if something happened 50 years ago, I would not be able to recount it. Frankly, I can't recount what happened last week accurately, let alone like decades ago. You must have heard this argument before.
Yes.
How do you square the circle here?
So there are a few things going on. First, we live in a hyper-literate culture. We are writing everything down. The ancient world was far less of a literate culture. They were an oral culture. These stories would have been passed in large groups at time frames, especially if we're talking about the biographical material of Jesus is actually written in a closer time frame than the majority of anyone else in the ancient world.
What was that gap?
It's about 40 to 60 years.
So I really want to, I imagine there's some people listening that have probably never read the Bible. And I really want to explain to them like what this book is in the simplest terms. I can open your Bible?
Yeah, of course, yeah.